Hi everybody, welcome to another career tutorial. I'm cripeman. What we're going to do this time through is we're going to look at rustling our trees. Now I have a plant loaded up and I have a particle emitter with the vertex object, which is going to be leaves actually. And we're going to do a little trick here. So let's jump into our plant, and if you go over to the fourth tab over, there's a tab called tree shape. Uh, Jump in there, and uh, under the deformation menu, I guess it'd be, um, you have a few different little sliders. You have one that affects gravity. You have one that affects wind speed, rustle frequency. These are all animated properties here, or properties that can be animated. Um, let's go ahead and kick our speed up and see what happens. Now with our wind speed at 3, uh, you'll notice that this little ticker right here, that's the direction that the wind's coming from, according to the its orientation on this little ring. This ring goes all the way around the base of the tree. Just think of it as going around the base of the tree, and that's the direction that the wind's coming from. Now you have a little different factors, a little different other things in here. There's rustle and rustle frequency. Rustle kind of wiggles your tree around a little bit during the course of your animation. It kind of, I think that pretty much goes up and down the z-axis, Z in Carrera, the up and down axis, the amount of rustling that goes on in the tree. And then the rustle frequency I'm pretty sure it's the branches on the tree. Let's check this out. Go here. If you go through your timeline, you can see that it's shaking the tree around a little bit. That's what we want. And I did a little animation of a tree getting knocked around. You notice that the speed is knocking the tree around in a fairly realistic way, in a actually really realistic way. And the same thing with the branches. Let me show you a little something here too. You have little things that can be affected on the short term or in the animation long term, I guess, in this area. But you can go over here, and if you want a little bit more bend to your tree during the course of your animation, you can kind of play with the elasticity a little bit, and that'll give your tree a little bit more bend. It'll give your branches a little bit more pull if you have any gravity on it. And yeah, that's pretty much what we want. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to rustle the tree around a little bit, and we're going to make some leaves come out of the group of leaves. What I can't do, what I would like to have shown you, but I never figured it out, was that was how to make the leaves disappear as the particles coming out. But if it happens, I'll update the video. First of all, let's go ahead and jump into our particle emitter, and let's check out the basics. What I have is some objects loaded up, it's the leaves. Maximum number of particles during the course of the animation is going to be 30. And let's set our emission cube up a little bit. Let's do 5. And that should cover the area where the leaves are on your x-axis. What this does is it's going to expand. The particle emitter emits particles from a single point. If increasing the numbers here will increase the area that the particles come out. Number of particles a second, 200 is a little much. Let's go ahead and do 15 for 4 seconds. Size is 20. Let's see what we got so far. There we go. That's nice. And you notice that they're coming up from right here. Let's go ahead and move this up to the middle of our tree. Now let's see what we got. Let's render current frame. Yeah, leaves are a little big. Let's mess with those a little bit. Go over here, make the size 0.10. Looks almost exactly the same, don't it? Oh, that's because it pretty much is the same. Oh, uh, here's where I loaded the leaf from too. From your browser, objects, and leaves, there's plenty of different leaves that you can put in there to blow around. Let's jump over here. Nope. And you see where we lengthened the x-axis and then we brought this around? This whole area right here is going to have leaves coming out of it, which is what we want. Let's jump back in here again and see what's happening. Everything looks cool. Go here again. Oh, it was. We got 90 degrees down here. 9 degrees. Dispersion angle, 45 degrees. Let's see what we got. There we go. Now they're coming out of there just a little bit better. And you tweak these around a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this process. You're gonna want to kind of mess with your dispersion angle. Make sure you have as few particles. You don't really need a few. You only need a few particles to sell the idea. Um, you can start your animation where the tree bends from a certain point in the animation when you notice that the tree is bending. Let's go air friction down. Let's do local gravity at 0 because we don't want the leaves to touch the ground in the course of the animation. Probably should have done that. Set the 0 again. There we go. Now the leaves will come back out a little bit better. And I have an example of that right here. And it's like I said, if you I could have waited until the tree bent this way to have the leaves coming out, and that would probably sell the effect a little bit better. But with a little tweaking on your particle emitter, you can get some pretty cool looking leaf results. But like I said, making the leaves disappear off the tree, that's probably something that I'm gonna have to do in another tutorial if it can be done. So anyway, that's it for this time. I'm Cripeman, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.